I met Taylor Swift. And I wanted to make a video talking about the experience that I had meeting Taylor. So this is going to be a lot. But I found out in the, 2 weeks before it happened. Okay, first of all, on May 24th, before the Reputation tour hit Chicago, there was this event thingy at the AT&T store, hyping people up for the show and winning tickets, and they signed us up to for the contest to go to the event that happened on Thursday, the 28th of June. So we put in our contact information and everything, and we did that, and that was that. It was we signed up for that. But honestly, if I'm being honest, I did not expect to win an invite to this event that happened on the 28th. I have terrible luck. I never have won anything, and I won this contest to go to this event. So I found out, I knew for 2 weeks, and I had to keep it secret because in the email they said, keep it secret, nobody can know, just keep it secret. And honestly, that was the hardest secret I ever had to keep in my life, okay? I had no idea I was going to be meeting Taylor, but I kind of was hoping to meet Taylor because there are a lot of little clues about it before the event happened. Her show after, her tour dates matched, allowed her to go. She can't, her last show before the event was in London, a week before, and then her next show was in Louisville on Saturday, and this was on Thursday, so there was 2 days until the Louisville show, so she had plenty of time to come, and the event was secret, so I'm like, okay, secret Taylor. She's done a lot of secret things, secret sessions, and she's done a lot of secret things. People, normally it's a secret when you're meeting Taylor. Normally you have to keep it secret. I don't know. It was just so weird. We had to keep it secret. Top secret location. They did not tell us where it was going to be until the very last minute, until the day before. So Wednesday night, I got an email telling me where it was going to be, and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we're meeting here, and then we're putting you all on a bus, and we're taking you to another place, but we're not going to tell you the location of the other place. So that was I'm like, okay. So the people who went to the secret sessions were bused to Taylor's houses. So I'm like, okay, automatically I'm like, this is it, okay. Automatically I was like, okay, this is probably going to be it. And I was like, okay, it's going to be it. Guys, it's going to be it. So it gets to be June 28th, and I go up to the city of Chicago. I live an hour away from Chicago. I live in the suburbs, so it's not too far of a drive for me. Thank God. But I took the hour drive up to the city, and I spent most of the day at Navy Pier, casual. And I was like I kept seeing a bunch of 89s, 13s, and Swift trucks. When I was driving up there, I saw three or four Swift trucks. And I was like, okay. And when I first got in the car, Delicate was playing on the radio, and I'm like, okay. I don't play with demons. I don't play. I don't play. I don't play with demons. Okay, I don't play with demons. So, after that, oh my god. I was at Navy Pier all day, and then I had to be there at 7 o'clock because they had told me to come at 7 o'clock. So I came at 7 o'clock. So I left to go to drive there, and honestly, I was so nervous when we were driving to the place we had to be at 7 o'clock. So that was I was nervous the car ride there. I was so nervous. So I get to this venue place, this art gallery type place, and I get in, like, show them my ID and, like, verify that I'm on the list and stuff, and then I'm like, okay. And then I walk into this room with a table and stuff and people sitting at the table, and then I get a, like, wristband. I get, like, a blue wrist, like, 2 blue wristbands, and, like, on one of the wristbands they put this, like, little colored thingy, and it was, like, blue, and I'm like, okay. Like, the night before, I had watched this video of somebody who went to this Reputation celebration in New York, and I'm like, okay, this sounds very similar to what's probably going to happen tomorrow. And, like, I mean, busing people over, that, I'm like, okay, this is, if Taylor doesn't show up, I'm going to be really confused. But, I mean, okay, so back to what I was saying. I got my wristband, and then, like, I had 2 wristbands that were blue because I'm under 18. Like, first of all, before this happened, I was very scared that it would be 18 over because I read the rules and it said you have to be over 18, and I'm like, okay, I was never asked for my age. So I emailed AT&T like 3 times, and I was like, okay, am I still able to come even though I'm under 18? And they're like, yeah, you can come even though you're under 18. And I'm like, okay, great, see you there. And they're like, okay, great, see you there. And then I'm like, we're all like, it's okay, we're good, everything's fine. So, okay, back to the venue place thing. So we're there, we get into this room, and, like, after we get our wristbands on, we get into this room, and we get into this room, and they take our phones, and, like, everything we have on us, they take it, okay? They just took everything we had on us. Phones, whatever. Like, all technology, like, all loose items, like, phones. And I know what, like, I was like, okay, I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. I was like, in my mind, I was like, okay, I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. But, like, something's going to happen. I was like, oh, shit, this is the moment. It's going to happen. Oh, shit. And I was like, oh, my God. I think it's going to happen. Like, and then, so we get on the bus. We sit there for a few minutes. We listen to Reputation on the bus, and, like, there's this, like, fandom joke, this, like, Taylor fandom joke, or whatever. Somebody on the Taylor fandom during Delicate started screaming, 1, 2, 3, let's go, bitch. So on the bus ride there, we were screaming, when we heard Delicate, we screamed, 1, 2, 3, let's go, bitch. And, I'm sorry I'm talking fast, like, there's so much on my mind right now, like, it's, if I'm being honest, right now, it still hasn't hit me that I met Taylor, so it's kind of just like, whoa. I met Taylor Swift. Like, I waited 5, 6 years for this, maybe 7. I have no idea. I lost count of how long I've loved Taylor, but I know I know I've loved her for quite some time. Okay, so back to my story. So we were on the bus ride there. It was like, we pulled into this alleyway. Okay, and then like a bunch of men with, like, cameras got on the bus and, like, started filming us, and I'm like, why are they filming us? Like, I'm like, okay, they wouldn't, in my mind, I was like, okay, they would not be filming us if Taylor wasn't going to be here. So that's kind of what gave it away for me. I mean, not really, because it already had given it away. Because it had already been given away to me. Like, it was crazy. Hold on, I'm thinking. And then we were in this alleyway, we walked into this really weird place, we went downstairs to, like, a basement plate thing. And then there was, like, a bunch of, like, Reputation themed stuff, and I was like, it was like Swiftie heaven. It was like Swiftie heaven, I'm just saying. And my hair was so wavy because it was so hot in there, and, like, I had been walking around Navy Pier all day, and my feet were hurting, and I'm like, oh my God, it was terrible. Like, okay. That's that. So we hang out, like, we play there's, like, a bunch of, like, arcade games, there's a claw machine, there's a skee ball thing, there's a dance floor, you can get tickets, we were able to get tickets to get free merch, we were, like, I went into the bathroom, and then a bunch of people, like, were screaming, like, walking towards this one place, and I'm like, wait, what? And then, like, surprise, there's a stage in the middle of this one big room, and like the walls had opened, and there was a stage in this like room, and I'm like, oh my god, like I literally was like this, like there's literally a photo of me doing this and like looking at my mom. I was like, I'm like looking at my mom. Like I was about to cry. Like, okay, I was just about to cry. So we stood there around the stage for like a couple of minutes, and then Taylor came on stage and did 5 songs acoustically, and on the piano she did Gorgeous, Delicate, All Too Well, All Too Well, New Year's Day, and Shake It Off. I like literally during her entire set I was sobbing because like I didn't expect her to do a show there, like, and then sometime during her, like I was crying during Shake It Off because before she did Shake It Off, she said that she was going to meet all of us and take photos with all of us, and I was like, oh my god, it's happening. Like I was sobbing. I was literally sobbing. Like after she was done performing, I ran into the bathroom and started crying my eyes out. Like I was just like sobbing, like in this bathroom in this basement, and like I was sobbing, and I like honestly, I'm so glad that like in that bathroom they had like spray deodorant because like I was so sweating. Like I put on deodorant that morning, and I was like, I swear I probably sweated that deodorant off that I put on that morning. So shout out to spray deodorant. Okay, so that's what happened. I was like sobbing and like, oh my god, it's gonna happen. I'm meeting Taylor. I was like so scared, and like we had to meet her in groups of 4. So I met her with a few, like 2 other people, and I found the other girl I met her with on Tumblr, which is really cool. I met somebody from Tumblr there, and we met Taylor together. So okay, I waited a while, talked with my internet friend, and who was also there, and God, I'm like blabbering. I'm sorry if I'm like talking too fast. It's just like it's still a lot for me to process, even though it happened like 4 days, like 4 days ago, like almost 10 days ago. But not even 10 days ago, like 4 days ago. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But so we like they had like the color thingies that were on our wristbands. Like mine was blue, so I was in the 3rd group to meet Taylor. Like that's what the color thingies meant. So I was in the 3rd group to meet Taylor. So like there was like 3 other groups before us. It wasn't like parties of 4. It was just kind of like a whole bus of people that met her by color. So we were in the blue group, and we get in line, and then we get moved up in line because they needed another party of 2. So we were like, okay, we'll do this. We'll get in line a little bit further up. And then I chatted with the girl who I was about to meet Taylor with, and it was really nice. And then we get up these stairs, and like we're just talking, and we're just talking, we're just talking, and we're just talking, and we're just talking. And then, okay, finally we meet like this. There's like we watched people coming out of meeting Taylor, and they're like crying, and like this one guy was like, "Don't ask her her favorite ice cream flavor because it's cookie dough. Don't ask her that because we already know the answer." So it was finally my turn. So before I went into the area where Taylor was, I met Taylor's mom, and Taylor's mom told us this story about Taylor's song "The Best Day," and she said that Taylor snuck it past her as a Christmas present, and she like was like on like her mom thought she was like looking for home videos for like a project or something, but nope, she was doing it because she wrote a song, and then Taylor played it on like a DVD player or something, and she's like, oh, her mom was like, oh, I love DVDs. and then like she was like she said how like she was always in the studio with Taylor and all that, and I'm trying to remember, like I remember the story, but it's hard to really remember what this one. Hold on, let me think. And like and then she was like, oh, who's singing this? And Taylor was like, it's me. And I hugged Taylor's mom, and I told her I'm thankful for her daughter, and I asked her how emotional it was for her to hear the Best Day live on Mother's Day at the Repertoire in Pasadena, I think it was. Because I know Taylor had a show on Mother's Day this year in California. But her mom said it was emotional because she was with a bunch of other moms. And yeah. So I told her mom about how she had walked past me at 1989 tour and the Rep tour. And she was like, well, you're here now. And like, I was like, oh my god. And then I finally get in to meet Taylor, and she talks with the other two girls first, and then she comes over to me and she hugs, and I hug her, and I tell her, she like says she likes my dress and I look pretty in it or something like that. I barely remember. She liked my dress. I look pretty in it, or I look pretty, or something like that. I barely remember, but she called me pretty. Like, that's kind of like the scene in Mean Girls. Like, one time I met Taylor Swift and she called me pretty. Okay, so then I told her about how much I love Starlight, and I said, you should perform it in Indy, and she's like, maybe. And she was like, and then this other girl in my group, she was talking to Taylor about Breathe and how it saved her life. Like, I also very much love Breathe. Like, that got me through some hard times. Because I lost a friend once, and it was hard. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about meeting Taylor freaking Swift. So I told her how much I love Starlight. I thanked her for writing it, and she was like, oh wow, Starlight, no one ever talks about that. And she said something about how she's afraid to play certain songs on the B stage during the tour because people don't know it. And I said something along the lines of, we know all your songs, and that's what I remember. And she also, like, I hugged her twice. It was so insane. I barely remember most of it. But I do remember telling her she should also sometime during this tour play the Lucky One on the B stage because it fits the theme of the era. And she was like, and I quote, I like your ideas. And I was like, oh my god, she might actually do it. She might actually play the Lucky One on the B stage because of me. Like, and then we take the picture, and then it's all over, and then I walked to the basement area, which it was very hard and long to walk through. And then we get our phones back, and everything, and all our stuff back, and then, yeah. I was, like, sobbing, like, I was like, did this really happen? Like, I was like, okay, am I dreaming? Did I just really meet Taylor Swift? Or, like, what just happened? Oh, and one thing I forgot. I told her I love her, and she said it too. She said I love you too, or something like that. I barely remember. But I don't know. It was just insane to me. Like I said I love her, and she said that she loves me too, and God. One thing I really regret is, like, not telling her my name, but I'm hoping that she remembers me from Tumblr and, like, knows my name from Tumblr. I know that's, like, a reach, but I'm just hoping. Because she's noticed me on Tumblr a few times. She's liked my selfies on Tumblr before, and I don't look too different from when she liked my selfies on Tumblr. I'm so much talking, and this video is, like, almost 20 minutes long, So we get back on the bus, and I'm sitting with my internet friend, and we were like, we just met Taylor. Like, the one thing I remember is, like, so, like, in the Taylor fandom, a lot of people like to tweet, hee hee, when they meet Taylor. So I tweeted that, and people were like, Samantha, I knew it! And I was like, oh my god. And, like, some people already knew because, like, I kind of might have given it away on my Instagram because I was in the city. Like, why else would I be in the city? Like, maybe I was in the city just because, coincidentally. But no! I was in the city because I was meeting Taylor. What's kind of ironic is I went on the Ferris wheel at Navy Pier, and This Is What You Came on. And if you didn't know, Taylor wrote that song and does the ooze. And that came on at Navy Pier after I got off the Ferris wheel. I was like, what? What? So that whole experience was crazy, 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 crazy. And then flash forward to Friday, I got my picture with Taylor in my email, and oh my god, I was sobbing like I was in that bathroom. I was sobbing. Like I never expected this to happen to me in a million years. And what's insane to me is like at the Chicago show June 1st, my friend met Taylor, and like I hugged my friend after she met Taylor, and then 27 days later, I meet Taylor too. Like that's just insane to me. And oh my god, like this whole thing of meeting Taylor is insane to me. I know I talked like very fast, but like I'm excited about how I met Taylor, and like it was insane to me that it's still insane to me that I met Taylor. Like I don't know how I was lucky enough to meet her, but I'm very grateful for it, and I wouldn't trade my experience meeting Taylor for the world. Like I'm so glad it finally happened. Like if you told me 5, 6 years ago, 7 years ago that I would meet Taylor Swift, I'd probably either laugh or cry in your face. Like I wouldn't believe you, because that wouldn't happen. Like I never thought it would happen. Like it was my biggest dream. It's been my biggest dream for like years now, and it finally happened, and that's just like insane to me. Like I really hope everyone who's a huge fan of her gets to meet her soon, and all my friends on Twitter get to meet her soon, because it's what they deserve. She's truly trying to meet everyone she can. And this just goes to show it. She's met thousands of fans just since last year and this year. It's insane to me. Like she's done secret sessions, pre-show meet and greets, AT&T events, after show meet and greets. It's just insane to think how many people she's gonna meet by the time she releases her next album. So I hope you guys enjoyed my meeting Taylor Swift story. That's